Is this lipstick too dark? We're wearing it anyway. Kim here, welcome back. I've mentioned on Twitter, but not here yet, that next week, husband and I will be traveling. We travel moderately often, like, it's just like our thing, like we both just have this horrible wanderlust, and it just happens. It just is a thing that happens. We haven't traveled since November, and when we did, we went back east and to New York City for a couple days, and in honor of that, I did a New York City book recommendation video. I thought I would kind of do that for this trip. This trip is going to have an entirely different vibe than that trip. So here we go. Next week, husband and I are going to be touring the great US state of New Mexico. We will be visiting Carlsbad Caverns National Park, which is this giant cave system. We like to go caving. Not spelunking or anything crazy adventurous, but we do like to visit caves. Like, it's kind of a natural wonder that we really enjoy. And so we're gonna head out to Carlsbad. Two really cool things that are on the way to Carlsbad that we are going to be seeing. One is what is called the Very Large Array, which are those really giant, like, radio satellite dish things. Husband knows way more about it than I do. I'm not nearly as scientific and cool and smart as he is. But if you've seen the movie Contact with Jodie Foster and like a young Matthew McConaughey, it's that. It's those giant satellites in like the big Y shape that like listen to space sounds, basically. So we're gonna be seeing that. Also, on our way back, we will be spending a day or two in good old Roswell, New Mexico. Aliens and UFOs! I'm so excited! The reason I spill all this out for you is because I am here today to recommend my favorite alien books. I just thought it was appropriate. I'm just really excited to kind of share these books with you guys in the running theme of aliens and space that will be this trip that we're taking. Here we go. The first alien book I'd like to recommend to you is one that may surprise you, but it's The Host by Stephanie Meyer. I really enjoyed this book. I was not a fan of Twilight. I only read the first in that series just because I felt like the writing wasn't super duper, the story was kind of flat, the characters were kind of flat, but The Host was so much better just in a lot of ways. The writing was better, the story was better, the characters were better. I was really enthralled with this book when I read it. I just found it fantastic, and I went into it, like, I really hesitated going into this book. I thought I'd give it a chance, and I loved it. It's set in the near future, where aliens have come here and to kind of improve Earth. They take over, like, a human, and the human is the host for this alien, and it's about this girl who has been taken over, but she like refuses to die inside, essentially. So you've basically got the girl plus the alien inside her, like, dealing with that. And then they find this compound of these other humans that haven't been taken over yet, because most of the humans have been taken over and have become hosts. Anyway, it was really fascinating. There's a lot of cool character intricacies that I really liked. The relationship between the alien and the girl, and all these things, and the people dealing with an alien. Anyway, it was just really cool and fascinating. I really enjoyed this book, and it's about aliens. The second book I'd like to recommend to you, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. You may have seen this coming. This is one of my favorite book series of all time. I love this series. I love anything Douglas Adams does. He is fantastic. He can use an adverb beautifully. His stories are funny and entertaining and adventurous and great, and of course this takes place all throughout, you know, the galaxy and everything, so there's aliens everywhere. Everyone's an alien except the main guy. Like, that's like the whole point of this. But Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is about a dude who ends up in space and kind of begrudgingly goes on crazy adventures that just sort of takes over his life, and it's fantastic. I love these books for any occasion, but especially for like space travel and aliens and things, it's so good and so funny. Like, so just, it's brilliant. Next, I want to talk about an indie book I read a little while ago. Revelations Far From Earth by Robert J. Hamilton. This is the first book in a series. I don't know when the next one's coming out or what's going on with it, but I really liked it. It had such a cool Star Trek vibe to it without the cheese. Like, that's just the best way I can describe this book, was it had all like these like cool spaceship protocol running sort of thing that like Star Trek has going on, but without like the cheese factor, which is so cool. But it's about this space crew that accidentally gets thrown through a wormhole and like cuts clear across like the universe, just so far that it will like their ship can't travel fast enough for them to get home within their lifespan, and it's them trying to figure out a way home. And they do come across some alien races that are pretty cool and fascinating and really fun to like get to know and like see. And I just love like full-on alien stories because it's such a great opportunity for creativity, like other species and things like that. It's really fun. Anyway, this book is really fun. It's not too long of a read. The pacing is great. I really enjoyed it. So check this out. Revelations Far From Earth by Robert J. Hamilton, an indie book that I just thoroughly enjoyed, but really cool aliens and space travel and Star Trek goodness. It's just cool. Next is kind of a complicated sort of alien story. We're just gonna get into it. Deception Point by Dan Brown. This book is really honestly technically more about like NASA and national security and secrets and conspiracy kind of things, and like just such an incredible like cliffhanging mystery. But it centers around the idea of intelligent life that's, I don't want to say too much about the plot because the fun of this book was having no idea what they were talking about, if that makes sense. And it's not in like a confusing way, in like a just tell me what this is kind of way that is just like so gripping and like just forces you to keep going. Like you have to know, and you don't know really what they're talking about until you're into the book a little bit. And so I don't want to spoil it at all because that's the fun of this book, is not knowing. But I will say that it does fit the category of sort of alien, intelligent, like, sort of stuff. And once you read the book, you're gonna be like, really? Does it fit? Does it not fit in the alien? Can it fit in the... Anyway, look, okay. The point is, it's sort of about intelligent life. But it is really more of like a political national security thriller that is just such a good time. It's such a good time, and it does have some alien stuff kind of going on. So I totally wanted to count it in this because like I just really want to recommend this book. It was just great. It was just great. Okay. Lastly, we are going to shamelessly promote myself. Kevin, by yours truly. This is a novella that I wrote. It's actually my first published work, and I think I even brought it up in my New York City books video too, which is kind of funny because it does take place in New York City, but it is about a guy who is sent to Earth from another planet because Earth is basically used as jail for them. When you do something real bad, they send you to Earth. This guy was ordered to go to Earth, and that's what it's about. I wrote this. It's short. It's not long at all. It is technically about an alien. Actually, they're all aliens. All of them in this are aliens. Now that we're done with the totally shame-free self-promotion, those are the books about aliens that I love. I know there's a lot more out there that are probably a little more obvious. Things like Star Wars, which I have like right there. Things like that, but I wanted to recommend books I have read and loved, not just, hey, this is about aliens. So those are the books that are about aliens and intelligent life that I personally really loved and recommend, except for my own book. Sometimes I love that and sometimes I hate that. That's just what your life is. Let me know in the comments if there's any like really cool alien books I should be checking out. I'm sure there are like a ton that are just like so alien based and cool sci-fi like that. I could use some more of them. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I'm going to be traveling and I'm going to be having a good time, but I will still be checking in. I'm still going to upload videos, just not quite as many as I usually do. It's probably going to be more like 3 instead of 5. But I'll still be around, so don't worry. Don't worry. I ain't leaving you. Thumbs up the video if you liked it. Subscribe for more, please, and thank you. And we'll see you guys later. Ah, it's an alien! My husband's an alien. There's my face.